Hello everyone. Testing 1 2 3. How's it going? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, everything looks good. How are you? How are you? How's everyone doing? Happy Saturday, everyone. All right, let's see. Let's check quickly all the streams, how they're doing. Yep, looks good. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. How are you? How are you? Rishabh Ran says, hi. How's it going, Rishabh? How are you doing? Dread Serpent. Thanks for your Angular videos. Happy to help. All right, everyone. First of all, I'm gonna skip to the, as they say, let's skip to the good part. So let's quickly skip to the good part. I'm gonna quickly show you something awesome. First of all, my new book is actually available now, and it's available for free for 5 days. Go grab your copy. Do it. Do it as fast as you can. It's only available for 5 days. So it has started today, June 28th, and it's going to be until July 5th. So make sure you grab your copy as quick as possible. And again, this is my way of giving back to the community as much as I can. So before we go with the full pricing, I think it's good to get feedback from everyone, especially from the subscribers. So those of you who have been supporting the channel, thank you so much for doing that. I highly appreciate it as well, and I hope that the book also gives you a lot of good information, a lot of exposure when it comes to Angular, how to work with signals, because signals is the new way of working with Angular, be it using the signals as them as they are, like the core API. If you're talking about linked signals, if you're talking about effects, if you're talking about the new functions, input, output, you talk about the resource API, the RX resource, HTTP resource. Those are the kind of things that you really need to know going from where you are right now, especially if you have just gone through my Angular video course. I think this is where you would want to go. So grab your copy as much as possible, smash the like button, make sure that you are helping the channel grow as well. So share this video as well, because after 5 days it's not going to be free, of course. And one of the most amazing things that I'm really proud of, and I'll share this story with you, and I'll share also why I find it really fascinating that sometimes we are really stopped by our own fear, and we don't try things which we should be trying. And what I'm actually getting it at is, I'm going to quickly share with you. um, Let me see, give me 1 second. I'm going to quickly share the screen. So you see the book here. I'm going to show the QR code again, don't worry about it. What's one of the things that's amazing about this book, apart from the fact that it's written by me, just kidding, is that I got actually the person who works in the Angular team, who's Mark Thompson, working at the Angular team at Google, to write the foreword for me, which really shows that there's a trust in the content that I'm also working with, and also that from my previous contribution as well, I've gotten some credibility as well. So he was kind enough to give some time to write the foreword for me. And when we talk about the content itself, it's really nice because I took a lot of time to make it digestible, just like we have the cool little video or the crash course for 90 minutes. Just like how easy it is to go through the crash course, it's also quite easy to go through the code for this particular book as well. And there's text that you can read, especially for those of you who really like to read. There's also diagrams that you can see as well, like how the change detection cycle works, how RxJS observables work, for example, how do we work with the signals in the book as well. So everything is put in a way that it contains text so you can read. It contains the diagrams that you can see and understand the concept more clearly. And finally, you have the code. Go to the code repository, change the code, try it out, and see what works, what doesn't work. Most of the things actually work, but still, you will learn a lot when you experiment with a lot of things. So we have a bunch of things here. You can see the quality of the book is obviously top notch. as I try to make everything that I work with. So you can read some of the content right here. And the link, somebody asked the link. I'm going to quickly show the link again. So this is the link for the book. Make sure to scan it right away. Again, make sure to smash the like button for the video. That really helps the channel grow. Make sure to share the video as well. So make sure to scan as soon as possible. And for those of you who have subscribed to my newsletter, uh, you are already getting an email as well pretty soon with the direct link. So you can basically go to Amazon and get the book for free as well. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, I would say just do it as soon as possible. Good. And I think with the paperback, this is how it looks. If you try to get a hard copy, this is how it would look. So it looks both. It looks good both on mobile as well. Oh, sorry, not mobile, but Kindle. And then also if you order a paperback as well. And again, this is my way of giving back to the community. So if you really want that, I'm gonna go back to the screen. So if you really want to support the work that I do, consider getting the paid copy or the paperback. But if you want it for free as well, of course you have the link, so feel free to scan it, feel free to share it with others as well. I'm going to address the comments now. We have Muhammad Al Qadiri says hello. We have Slim 45, hello, hello. How can I join the giveaway? You already have it, just scan it. Saad Afzal says, sir, please say the free book. Now you have the link, can get it for free. Ibrahim says, I'm Ibrahim from Libya. Nice to meet you again. Nice to meet you as well. Sai says, hello, hello to you too. Slim says, thank you. Ibrahim says, wow, thank you so much. Good, good, good. It's me says, how can I get the free book? Well, you have the link right here. So take out your camera, click open in Chrome or something, whatever it says, and then you can get the book for free. Slim says, I'm a beginner. I don't know what the best for market job, Angular and React. Well, you will find that a lot of small scale project and medium scale projects usually prefer React. It's kind of easier to get started. I wouldn't even say kind of easier to get started. React is a tiny library, so you can build stuff without caring too much pretty quickly, but that basically hurts you in the long run when you have to actually scale and maintain the application. So if you let's take it into sort of another way. If you really want to work in a company which is more focused on small to medium scale projects, then go for React. If you want to work in an enterprise company, a big company which has a lot of products, I would rather say go for Angular in that case, because switching teams when you're working within a company, if you want to switch to a different team and they are also working with Angular, it's going to be really easy for you to basically switch, because most Angular applications have similar way or and style of working when it comes to code. Because it's a framework, you have to put certain things in certain places. Like for example, if you want to have HTTP calls, they're usually in the services, they're not in the components. Similarly, you have a concept of smart components versus dumb components, and the pattern that usually is widely used, because Angular is an opinionated framework, there's a style guide to it. So it's really easy to work with when you switch companies, projects, etc. Those of you who are just joining, you can get the free copy by the link there. So take out your camera, scan it, and you should be able to get your free copy. And this is only available for 5 days. I'm going to repeat it again. And if you have not subscribed to my newsletter, you should probably do that as soon as possible, because I am going to be sharing this with my newsletter as well. So you can see the link here, blog.codewithahsan.dev. So you can essentially subscribe to the newsletter. It's a channel name and then just blog.codewithahsan. So if you go to blog.codewithahsan.dev, you subscribe to the newsletter, which is basically us sending you Angular, AI, and web related stuff every week. So there's a lot of effort being put into that as well. And then if you are a subscriber, there's a really high chance that you'll get even more giveaways later on as well. So this free promotion, this one is just for 5 days. But if you are a subscriber, there's a high chance that you'll get even more possibilities of this one. And for those of you who are watching, and if you work with a community, for example, I know Angular Space is a community, really cool community. You should search it up and join as well. We also have other communities like GDG communities, GDE communities. I would highly encourage you to reach out to me, and I can try to give you a campaign or something for free copies, of course, that you can distribute within your communities. But for now, this is the promotion, so you have this for free. So answering Victor again, you can just scan it. Ashutosh Tiwari says Next.js versus Angular, hand pink waving. When it comes, again, Next.js is based off of React, so it has a certain way of coding. I think Next.js is really good if you want to work with React and you want to go for production ready applications. So just instead of just going with React with Vite, for example, you could go with Next.js that has a full stack flavor to it. You have your API routes in there, you have server side rendering, you have static side generation, you have the possibility of just running with client side rendering, of course. But when it comes to Angular, then you have a framework that binds you to work in a certain way, which makes it easier to get more people in to the product or project, which also makes it possible for you as an Angular developer to move to different teams, move to different projects, because it's a framework. There's an opinionated way of doing things. So I usually prefer Angular much more because it's easy for me to switch to different projects. There's a predictable life cycle of when Angular pushes their updates, which is 6 months, a major update every 6 months. There are also minor updates as well. There's also backward compatibility as well when it comes to Angular projects. So it's really easy for me to migrate an existing project in Angular to a latest version of Angular compared to when it comes with React. And that has been my experience so far. But if anyone has other experiences, feel free to share. So those of you who are scanning, I see we have been live for about 13 minutes, and there are about 38 people who have scanned this. So what are you working on? Are you working with anything related to Angular? Are you going to read the book? Are you going, or are you just putting it in the shelf because it's for free? Because I do it quite a lot of times. You see that shelf and those books. Yeah, I've not read a lot of them so far. So I wouldn't be mad if that happens. I should also probably just lower this thing down and sit. Okay, there we go. Did you see the announcement that I shared about being awarded at the Google event or the GDE Summit? How many of you saw that? Can I have some hand raises like this? How many of you saw the announcement of me being awarded at the GDE Summit? Alhamdulillah. Shane says, "Hey, hope you remember we had a convo last year in April 2024. I would probably need a bit more information. Which conference or where?" Podium says, "Cool setup." Yes, it took a while to get to this point, but yes, I think I'm now at a point that I'm not investing anymore into the setup. So, and I think it took like 4 years, bit by bit, so to say. Shane says, "I'm currently brushing up on Angular concepts using your videos." That's awesome. We have a few more videos coming up as well. I have one video that's related to Angular hydration, which is a really cool concept, and it should make applications fast, improve SEO, reduce the initial bundle load, also improve the core web vitals, so many things. So I have to review that video, and then I'll upload that. But the last video that I uploaded was related to the defer block. If you have not seen that, But that's also a really important concept. If you want to lazily load your components, or if you really want to um, do even incremental hydration, you need to know about the defer block, so to say. I'll try to share my screen as well, and hopefully I'm gonna. Why does this look so weird? Let's see if I do half screen. No, that's not good. If I do this, no, kind of good, maybe better. This versus this, nah, not too different. Yeah, maybe this is okay. I'm gonna hide the QR code for a bit, and then I'll show it again if someone screams at me. So yes, we have this Angular 20 defer block that I tried to explain, and it goes through what the defer block is, how can you lazily load components, because previously we could only do it in a way that if you have different pages, you could only lazy load different pages. But now we can actually load different components within the same pages, and that is super cool. So the video basically goes through all of that, how you can do that. So I'm gonna share this in the chat as well, so you can see. This is the link in the chat. And now I have another video that's going to be coming pretty soon as well. All right. Victor says, I meant in Germany, I can't see it for free. Is that so? Then I can't really do anything, because there's a program in Kindle on Amazon that allows you to give it away for free, and it does it for every marketplace. So Amazon.com, .co.uk, and all of the other ones as well. So I think it should be able to do that. But if not, then I'm not really sure. I think then you may have to just use a VPN or something. Um, because for me, when I was just publishing it, it didn't show anything at all. So I'm not 100% sure. Red Serpent says, I started learning Angular from the last 2 weeks. Your 90-minute tutorial was really helpful. Currently, I'm building projects to learn. That's awesome. And that is, my friend, the best way to grow yourself and your skill set as well. The thing that I do constantly is just creating projects. Some of them I buy domains for. Some of them I deploy. Some of them I just forget. But I think the idea is to still keep building projects. Victor says, I have Kindle, but it says it's not available for purchase. Why not? I wonder. That's actually the first time I'm seeing that, and also this is the first time I'm marketing, not marketing, but even publishing the book. So that is the DE market, right? Let me see. So I should have this DE. I'm checking as well. In the meantime, feel free to scan the QR code for those of you who have not. What? So here, look at this. So I'm on Amazon.de. I'm assuming this is Germany. And here you can see that you have the Kindle edition. So I think you should be able to buy it. Not available for purchase. I wonder if it means that you cannot buy it, but you can get it for free. I'm not really sure, because I don't know. If you have Kindle Unlimited, then maybe you can just access it quickly. But yeah, I'm not really sure. But yes, you can try changing the country for the meantime. Alrighty. And then I'm super excited, and I'm gonna be waiting for the feedback from you folks, especially on Amazon. So please make sure that once you have read through, I don't know, half of it, more than half of it, make sure to give your honest reviews on Amazon, so I can also improve if something is not right. Because I have a specific way of writing books that I've developed over the years. So it would be interesting from a reader's perspective who reads obviously more books, more technical books, on what could be improved. So I'm definitely going to look forward to your reviews on Amazon. Shane says this solution works, which means changing the country should work. Okay. Did you? Let me see. So there's no. Okay. And I'm gonna be traveling to Dusseldorf in Germany next week for a conference where I'm speaking. So I have to make slides for it. I hope none of the organizers are watching this because I have to still work on them. They're not finalized yet. And the reason for that actually is that I did not have my travel documents, which is a bit sad. But I did not have that, and they actually arrived like on Monday. And on Monday, I got my flights, traveled to Berlin, spoke there. So that was a bit of a problem, but I'm glad it actually worked out at the end. Slim 45 Bim says, I'm from France. I was able to get the book. That's awesome. Good, good, good. Hello, hello, Mr. Danny. How's it going? For those of you in the chat who don't know Danny, Danny is a fellow Angular GDE. He's an awesome person, especially in person. So I met him at the Berlin GDE meetup as well. Super cool guy. So thank you for joining the stream again. And thank you for your constant support as well. I was thinking maybe I should wear the GDE shirt today, but I'm probably gonna keep it for the next event. we'll, we'll see how that goes. And I was also thinking maybe I will look into the Firebase Studio stream that we did last time. We were able to build the platform. Do you remember? How many of you were here in the last stream? Can I have some show of hands? Where we built using the Firebase Studio, we were making the Giftaway application. How many of you were here? If I show the overlay, the QR code goes away, right? Yeah, I can't show both of them at the moment. That's fine. I'll show the QR code again, and then I'll just highlight the messages coming in. QR codes. There we go. I can maybe share, or maybe, let's see. Ibrahim says me. Ibrahim was here. Good. When I went to the Google I/O Connect in Berlin and discussed this with the Firebase team or the Firebase Studio team, they mentioned that they are updating obviously this constantly. So they're releasing a bunch of stuff every week, probably every day as well. And there should be some things that we found as issues last time that should be fixed now. But do we want to see what we built last time? Here it is. And I'm gonna resize this to make it look like this. There we go. And if anyone wants this the QR code for the free book, let me know in the chat and I can show the QR code then. Okay. Let me see what happens if I try to do it in the compact way. If I do it like this, then we show that, right? And then if I go to chat and do overlay, do we show both? Ooh, look at that. Hacker man. Okay. I'm gonna try to see if I can move things around as well. I don't think I can move it too much around. Wait, not that. If I maximize it, then it looks like this. Okay. This is not too bad, to be honest, but then it hides a few things. Radius, names off, reset changes. I'm trying to just play around and see if I can show all the important things at the same time. Anyways, I'm gonna hide it for now. Ba, 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 ba. Let's show the QR code, but in classic view. Okay. Crazy developer says, Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Gagik says, are you planning to record more practical projects like full stack one? Which full stack one? I have two of them. Do you mean the e-commerce one, in which we built the, was it called, pet market? Do you mean that one? And Danny says, I'm happy to meet you in person. Happy about the recognition your work for the community received. Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I was happy as well that it's not going unnoticed. So definitely happy about that. All right, everyone. Let's actually. I'm gonna hide the QR code so we can look at the screen for a while. I'm just gonna quickly see if so where we were last time. So this is something that we built in merely two and a half hours, and we were able to create campaigns, have pending, have payments as well, and it was interesting. Could not load requests, of course. Let's see if I can refresh this and still make things work. No web page found. All right. So it's gonna set up the workspace. Maybe it's not active anymore. We'll see. Judge says just more practical projects. I have actually one project that I started working on, and it's just forgotten, to be honest. But I'm gonna try to bring that up again. It was creating a Notion like clone, so something that is like a uh, collaborative document editing. It was really cool what I had built, but I think I'm gonna spend some more time to first migrate that to Angular 20, and then maybe take it from there. All right. While this is going there, I'm gonna quickly share the QR code for those of you who are just joining. Everybody on YouTube, I can see that there are more than 15 people. Smash the like button, so that's helping the channel grow as well, and also spreading the free book for free to everyone. So make sure to do that. Da, 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 da. Let's see if I can go to. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Jajik says, thank you. You're welcome. You're saying, what is the best for market job? Angular, React? I'm beginners. I need to be oriented. Thanks. There's no best thing. There's no best technology. There's no best framework. There's no best tool. If you are not good at the tool itself, you're not going to make it. So the idea is that you try something that has jobs available. So don't go with the best or the shiniest thing in the market. You should go for what is available. So search your job market in your city. If you're searching for a remote job, then search for that, and then see if it's React or Angular or whatever you can find easily, and then you start there. um, People don't usually need tool experts or framework experts. They usually need problem solvers. So you may know the ins and out of the tool, but you have never, it's quite possible that you didn't probably develop anything important, so that would not take you too far into your job. So focus on problem solving and problem solving and trying to develop applications or work on projects rather than the tools. When it comes to Angular, React, again, I think just pick one. There's no best one there, so to say. Okay, so this is what we built last time. We have a Giftaway application which we can log into. So I could log out, and I could also log in hopefully with Firebase. So if I click sign in with Google, you can see that it opens up a pop-up. It logs me in. It shows me my campaign. I could go and manage the campaign, and this is running the Next.js dev server behind the scenes, so it's going to be a bit slow. This is not production ready. Um, and then what happens there? If I go to my campaign, I can see how many items are there in the campaign. I can see the price range. I can see the requests here. So there are two requests, right? And last time where we stopped was that the emails were not working, right? If you remember, if you joined the last time, all I had to do is I went inside the configuration, and then I edited or I added my Mailgun, which is a email service. So I added my email and password for Mailgun, and everything just worked. I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go here, and even you can try this out. I'm going to share the link with you as well. But let's try it out for now. So if I go here, test giveaway at millionaire.com, and I close it, right? Now I have two requests there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to, uh, and these are the settings that you see on the screen. So I have the username and password set here, and then we have this thing here as well. But let me go to Millionaire last time as I went there. And then what we can do is we can create a new email, and let's simulate that there's a new user who is trying to get access to the giveaway. So here let's pick a name. Let's say Danny GDE at millionaire.com. Sorry, you're not going to be able to use this email anymore. So if I go here, then this is my email. So what I can do is I can first copy the public URL, and now I'm going to show you how it works with the um, public URL, right? And also I saw like all the logs here as well to figure out why the emails were not working in the Google Cloud Console. But it is what it is. So I'm gonna copy the public URL, go there, paste it. Let's see if this works. So this is the public URL, right? I'm not logged in. So this is simulating that there's a user who wants to request something. So he says pay and request. Now this is the second person, or this is someone who wants to, let's say, get something from me as a free gift. So they go ahead and they give their email. What was the email? Danny GD. So I go here, I say danny-gd at gmail, no, at millionaire.com, send a request. When you do so, this I will basically receive this email. And I'm gonna try to see if I can show it to you or not. Maybe. Let's see if I can find it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's quite possible that I don't get it, but let's see. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. No, I don't see it. So maybe that part is not working. We'll see. If I go to the database now, let's see if a mail was added here. So if I reload, it's like 6 items here. Let's see how many are there now. Okay, so this is one. Stober at millionaire.com. Test giveaway. Test giveaway. Stober. There's an error here. And then test giveaway. So that means for this particular thing, there was no email sent. Maybe it's in our code that I've not done it. But let's say I look at this now. I refresh now. And I will see instead of 2 requests, I should be able to see 3 requests here now. So here you can see now we have 3 requests, right? If I click this, now I have a new request from Danny GD that we just got 1 minute ago. And again, I want you to just think about this, that we just vibe coded this for 2.5 hours, and this is a working application. Or even if it's not working, it's really easy to fix what's not working. But it gave us a big head start. So now we have this. We click approve, and when we do so, then there should be a mail sent to the mailinator. And this part I actually checked myself last time when I ended the stream, that this works. And you see, I've gotten an email just now. If I go here, it says, great news. The owner has approved your request for mousepad L, which is the item. which is right here. So mousepad large, right? A large mousepad is what it is. And here you can see, please complete your payment, pay now. The link will expire in 24 hours. So most likely the link also is supposed to be expired after a while as well. I don't know if the logic is there um, in Firebase or not, but we'll see. So in here, let's see which was the email that was just sent. So this is the email that we just sent, right? So we have delivery, attempts one, end time here, info accepted. Then we have message ID, then we have pending, rejected. Response was 250, good. Lease expired time is null. Start time is this one, right? And then this is the HTML and this is the subject. This is the person we sent to. So this is amazing that we could build it without basically any code. Then if I go to the email, here it says pay now. But you know what happens when we click pay now? It actually takes us to Stripe because we also integrated Stripe last time. You can see the same title here. You can also see US dollars 2.0 or $2, which also says here up to $2, right? Now, here I could pay for the same amount, and here I could go ahead and pay this. Now, there is one problem here. I think when we created the item, we said it could be up to $2, which means that it could be zero for free. It could be one, it could be two, it could be some money. But when the user here tries to or here, when the user tries to say pay and request, instead of just asking for the email, we should also be asking, do you want it for free? Or do you want it for $1 or $2, whatever, what that price is? We don't ask it here. So that is some feature that we want to add here. And when we do so, then the email should come for that particular price. Right now, it just says $2, which doesn't make sense for our business logic. But in here, still, let's try this. So if I do this, let's see what happens. And here, if I say Danny, GDE, and then we just go ahead and say pay, let's see what happens. I think this would redirect to localhost something, or maybe the actual URL. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it takes us to localhost 9002, which is not the correct one. So what we should be doing is, let me try to find the link. So that is not the one. This is the right URL. So I'm going to quickly copy this and I'm going to paste it right here. So it should redirect to the right domain. And if it would redirect to the right domain, then this is how it would look. Okay. And here you can see at the bottom, we say payment successful. So we take the URL information, or the application takes it, shows the toast here, which is good. And now that has been paid. If I go back to my admin dashboard, so this is for me who is about to give away things. If I reload now, let's see what happens. Here it still says pending payment. So something is missing. Here it is approved, but the payment was done. So ideally what should have happened is there should have been an update to the Firebase store that marks this as done. And that is not done yet. So we have two things that we could try to look into. And okay, I'm going to share the QR code for everyone who's asking. So here's the QR code for those of you who have not scanned it yet. This is the free book giveaway that is for 5 more days, including today. So grab your copy as soon as possible. And for those of you who don't know, it seems like we have had 85 people who scanned this. So I'm hoping at least 10% of you, which is 8, would give review on Amazon, their honest reviews, hopefully. Okay, so Jagic, is it Gagic, Jagic, Gagic? How do you pronounce it? What will you suggest to improve problem solving skills except developing? Well, the thing is, without practicing, you can't really get better at anything at all. So I think apart from developing, look into reading books, look into videos from experts or from people that you think are good teachers. See how they're coding. Join live streams like this one. You learn quite a lot just by looking at how people think, how people debug stuff. how do they get to certain conclusions about what to do, what not to do, how do they figure out different solutions to the problems. I think uh, i think that is what really improves me as well, and not only the technical part of it but also personal part of it as well, like personal development. So I really liked these books that I've read recently. We have Limitless by Jim Quick. We also have Atomic Habits as well, that is like pretty famous as well. So, and join book clubs if you're into that kind of thing. So we have Atomic Habits, a really good book, highly recommended. I have that in the back of my shelf as well. We also have Limitless, Jim Quick. So this book is also a really must read. It talks about unlearning a lot of things as well, and there's a lot. There are a lot of what do you call it, myths that we have about ourselves, that we can or cannot do certain things. So definitely worth reading. So those two books for sure. Okay. That is when I was actually working on the solution, also working on the solution. But hey, let's go back to Firebase Studio, right? And we are right now in the prototyper mode. So what we want to do is we want to have two things. One, we want to have it's a sorry, I'm going to hide the QR code for a while. We want to have two features. One, when the person is about to claim a particular item, they should be able to say how much they are paying. Okay, so we can start with that. When, and I'm going to zoom in a bit so everybody can see. I think it's good enough. So here we can say when the person who is about to claim the an item, um, and there is a range of um, what do you call it, price on the item, they should see that range and um, should be what do you call it, should be able to select or put as input the price. Okay, so they should be able to put in the price, right? Which should be part of their request for approval. Okay, when the owner of the item approves the request, the payment link that goes to them should contain that price. Okay, so this is important. So this is the first feature that we are going to wipe code, and then we also need to make sure that when a request is made, we get the email, or the owner um, gets the email. And then we also need to look into, there was one more thing, that when the payment is made, the status of the item is updated as well. So I'm going to quickly write it down so we don't forget it. So let's see. Notepad online notepad, manage options. Can I say no to all with a single button? Confirm choices. Okay, so here we had a couple of things. Sending email to the owner when a request comes in, and then when item is paid for, the item's card should be updated accordingly based on items paid for or quantity paid for remaining. Now this is a challenging task. Why? Because when we have items like this, and the item could have multiple quantity of it. For example, I'm having a mouse pad sold, and the mouse pad, I have 5 of those. Now, if 2 of them are paid by someone, what happens to the rest of them? When does the status change? Does it change after everyone has paid? One of them has paid. It's a bit tricky, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how this gets resolved. Give me 1 second. Da, 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 da. Here, I'm going to reduce the size a bit. Sorry. Okay. So let's go with this and see what the prototyper does. And one of the things that I want to also share is, while this is working, is there are two modes right now in the Firebase Studio. One mode is the prototyper mode, where you just ask it to do something and it changes all the files. And the other way is the pro code mode, where you go into the editor itself and then you ask Gemini to make changes or add features. And those two at the moment are not really linked with each other. So those have their own history, so to say. All right, so here it says that's a fantastic and crucial feature for marketplace style app, blah, blah, blah. I'll implement this by making the following changes. So update the data structure, offered price field to your request data type, okay. Enhance the request form. It will update the form as well, update the backend logic, will approve request action to offer price, okay. Display offer to seller. It will display the offer to the seller as well. Sellers will now see the buyer's offer price in the request list as well. So it understands that in the view request, I should also be seeing the price. And here it says payment pending. That is pretty nice, actually. I didn't see this before. But okay, so these are the changes that it had to make. So it went to these files. It added some things in the types. It added the offer price here, as you can see. Okay. I'm going to take the questions in the chat in just a bit. Then it went to the component. And this is really nice. I can see the exact changes that it did. So approve request now also has offered price as well. This was not there before. But again, it depends on who's coding. If it's a developer who's working with Firebase Studio, then they're going to be looking into like details on what's happening right here. But if it's a I don't know, if it's a non-techie person, like a product owner who's not really technical, then you're just not going to see that. But the fact that this exists is really nice as well. Okay, so the Firebase actions were updated as well. So here we have item price and we have offer price logic added here as well. Request item dialog also has been updated. So we should also see some other things as well. So I'm not going to go too much into details here, but okay, the feature is now fully implemented. How about we try it out? How about we go and we say disapprove Danny GDE. So okay, Danny, sorry about that. So now I've gone and said, okay, no, not really giving it to you, Danny, even if you paid. But then I go here and I say, okay, I'm going to pay and request. Now you see our features is already there. I'm going to hide the QR code so you can see this more, because this is important. So see this now. In here, now we have the email, but this is something that we did not have before. Now we have $0, $1, and $2. Super nice. And now I can say, I'm just going to do $1. Then I send the request. And of course, I need the email. So I'm going to go with Danny GDE and then at mailinator.com. Okay. So I go here, I send the request. Okay, here it says you have already requested this item. Now we have a problem. If I reject a request here, that request is not deleted. So right now I only can just go into the campaigns and I can delete it manually. But I don't know if I need this feature to be there, that they should also be able to delete the request. I'm not really sure. Maybe we want this, maybe we don't want this. Well, let's see. So we have requests here. I'm going to just delete the one from Danny. So here we have Danny GD. I'm going to go here, delete the document, start delete there, because I also added this feature last time that there should not be any duplicate requests. So here I'm now going to submit this again, and hopefully this time it would add it. So okay, so request sent. You can see now we don't have that issue anymore. Now I can go back to the owner page. I'm going to try view request, and there you go. You see now we have offer $1 as well. Now I could approve or reject this. This is super nice, right? So just how many seconds did it take? Nothing at all. Super cool what Firebase Studio can do. Now I can approve it, And now the link it should send to Mailinator should actually have here 2 minutes. Now you can see I can go here. The seller has unapproved the request. Okay, this is an older email. I should get one more email anytime now, hopefully. And when the email comes in here, it should contain the link that is supposed to have the payment request with the correct price. So let's have a look. I'm going to go to the database, and actually let's go to campaigns. And if I go to mail, let's see. When was this done? Danny GD, Stober, Test Giftaway, Stober. Let's see. So this is another email. It was also sent. So, okay. So we should have it here now. I hope. No? Should I try again? Okay. So no email sent here. So let's see if it broke anything. Test giveaway. Okay. So this one also got sent. Let's see what the time is. So this one is 2010. This one is the one that should have been sent just now. Did I make a mistake in the email? So this is dannygde@millionator.com. I don't see it here in the email for some reason. Let's see. Attempts was 1. End time is this one. We have message ID, which is this one. Okay. State is success. So this should actually have been sent, but I don't know why. Anyways, let's try with this with the data here as well still. So if I go here and try it out, I just want to see that the price is correct. So if I copy this link and if I go here, paste the link here, this is the Stripe link, and this is in fact $1. Good. So the same thing that was requested by Danny in this example, $1, is the exact price that we get. Nice. I like it. I don't know why I didn't get the email. It could be something that is related to Mailgun, that it was not able to send it or something. Let's see. Okay, I have to log in. Okay, I'm going to leave it for now, but I should have an email regardless. Maybe the delivery didn't work out, but this is the email that should have been sent. All right, looking at the chat as well. Great. AB says, not able to get the book. Why? This is the link of the book. If you scan, you should be able to get it. We have over 100 scans for the book. Hey. Good job, everyone. Dread Serpent says, do you have any advice for strategy to applying for Angular jobs? Have projects to show. I think that's the only thing that I can recommend. Today, when we have a bunch of people who are laid off, who also have a lot of experience as well, it's going to be hard for freshers to compete if you don't really have any projects to show. So create side projects, just work on side projects and then add them to your resume. Make sure to highlight them as much as possible as well. Okay. What are people saying? I'm going to read the messages before we go forward. Let's take them towards here. Okay. Ibrahim says, can I ask you why most AI finished any requested app using React? Why is React not other frameworks like Angular or other? Good question. The reason primarily for that is that the content available on the internet has more React content, so to say. So the data that has been, and also the data that has been used for training these things has React. That's why. So you'll find a lot of Next.js and React content. Data Dev says, thank you for the book. Much appreciated. No problem at all. Happy to help. And looking forward to the feedback, of course, on Amazon. So please give your honest reviews on Amazon once you have read the book. Yasin Tech says, what the solution with the storage in the Firebase? Ooh, did we not fix that? I think we did not fix the solution thing, right? Or the storage thing. I think we did not. But let's have a look at that together now. We can have a look at that. Let me quickly write it. So here, and we have storage when working with items. Sadhav says, hey sir, can you please drop Angular Signal PDF in the comment? It would be much beneficial. No, I cannot. I cannot share the PDF. Sharing the PDF is in violation of of the contract with Amazon as well. So sharing PDF is basically piracy. So you should be able to go to Amazon and just get it for free via the link that I've shared in the chat. So the answer to your question is no, I cannot. But you can scan the link. Alrighty. So let's have a look at this thing, storage issue with working with items. And I did not get the email still, so that's a bit weird. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually go to my database here, and I'm going to delete all the emails at least. So let's delete the collection mail. Oh, let's see. And let's ask to implement this. There was an issue. Sorry, let me quickly go to the other side. Super weird. I have to change all of these things. Okay, let's see. Classic. Remove it for now. So there was an issue with the storage of the storage. I could not upload images to Firestore for the mouse pad for the item. Let's say items I was adding. Please fix it. It after identifying the issue. Okay. So we go with this, and let's see what happens when this gets fixed. So it's right now investigating, and then we'll update the thing accordingly. Everyone who is scanning the code, please make sure to like the video and also share as well, like the stream you're watching right now. That also helps share the message, and people should be able to then also get the book for free. It makes the visibility much nicer. We also have an issue. We deleted a data from the database, and we did not update the quantity of this one. So that's on us. If you go to campaign, items, not collection, items, and then we go to this item, we should be able to say, because for quantity, it uses what we call, I think it's called normalization. So we do have the value here instead of actually requesting the length of the request. So this makes it much easier. So here, I'm gonna reload this, and then we'll see 3 requests instead of 4. So you see now we have 3 requests. Okay, so here it said, of course, I can help with that. It sounds like a classic Firebase security rules issue when you can't upload files to Firebase storage. The problem is almost the same with, or almost always with, the storage rules file. An empty or incorrectly configured rules file will deny all uploads by default. I'll fix this by adding a new set of rules to your storage or rules files. These rules will allow public read access to all images so they can be displayed on your public campaign pages. Allow authenticated users to write upload images. Okay, so here are the changes. Let's see what the changes are done. So here, allow write if firestore.get, and it had something on the lines of this. I don't want to copy this. So okay, so all the images are allowed, and then for writing, it would only write if the authentication is there. So if I see authentication is not equals to null and authentication ID or the user ID is the same as the authenticated user's ID. So this is what we wanted. Hopefully this should fix the issue. Okay, let's try this out. So we are still viewing this in the prototyper embedded view, but let's say if I try to say add a new item, and if I try to upload a new image, let's say we go with the book's image. Okay, so we still get the issue. So it was not able to fix the issue itself. Let's see if we can debug the issue. So here it says server responded with a status of 500. Let's try this again, and we're gonna see the network as well. So I'm gonna say click to upload this thing right here. Okay, it refreshed it for some weird reason. Maybe because of the screen scaling. Let's see. Manage campaign. Let's say we go with add new item, click to upload. Okay, I think because of the screen is always going to do that. Hmm. Let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna have to put this downwards so this doesn't do the thing that it's doing at the moment. Let's try this one more time. So we go with manage campaign. And let me quickly hide the QR code as well. So we go here, we add a new item, we click to upload, we select this guy, and then this is what we got, right? So we go to network, we click this, and then we paste this code here in the chat. So here we can say getting a 500 error, which is actually this. Now, if I go to the logs, I think I should be able to see what's wrong here. Indexes, disaster recovery, usage, extension. Where do we have storage? So storage is here. Let's see if the images are being uploaded at all. No. Okay. We're gonna have to look into Firebase logs as well. Oh, there you go. We got an email. Interesting. Anyway, so here we go. How to check Firebase storage logs. In the meantime, Data Dev says, are you planning on making any new video like Mernstack crash course for beginners in the new future? Do you mean focusing on the React tech stack, or are you interested in the React stack, or are you talking about other platforms or Angular or just Mern? What do you mean? So here, I think I should be able to look into the logs. I think I should be able to just look into the logs tracer. So go to the usage page, rules page. Let's see. Do, 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 do. I think I should just go to the logs explorer. Should be here. There are no logs because I'm in the wrong project. Where is Giftaway? Okay, here I can see logs related to email, but I can't really see any logs related to Firestore. Cloud, can I say storage? Firebase hosting backend. No. It seems like I can't really cloud. No. Storage. We do have cloud storage for Firebase here. If I go there, okay, store and serve user generated content like images, audio, video directly, blah, blah, blah. Pricing. Let's have a look. I think this is something that we already have, but it's not enabled here. Why is it not enabled? Have I not enabled that here? I think I have already. It could be that it's not part of the storage. Let's see if I can ask it to copy folder path. Okay, let's see if I can ask it to double check if the folder path is correct. So the Firebase or Firestore or Firebase storage bucket path is this. Check if it is correctly set up. Let's see if that fixes it. In the meantime, here is your QR code for the free book. And in the meantime, it's also trying to fix the issues. Wait, what happened? What happened? Where did my other window go? Let's see if I can fix this correctly. There you go. I think there could be an issue with the setup of buckets, but let's see if this fixes it. Updating config based on the feedback, adjusting the config. So it's probably going to adjust the config. That was the issue, right? So here I've taken a close look at the 500 error and the server logs. That storage unknown is when happens on the server almost always point to a mismatch between Firebase configuration. The storage bucket value in your Firebase config was set to standard default, where it seems your project's bucket has a different name. Okay. So what did it change to? Okay. We'll see. But it removed everything, all the config. Why? And does that actually work still? If I refresh now, it's getting the bucket. I think because of another, it's probably getting from somewhere else. But let's see. If I add a new item, click upload, go here, it still says could not upload the image. Status of 500. Why? Let's go to pro code mode and see and figure out what's wrong there. I think we probably have to go here anyways. And let's also look at the rules and the Firebase storage as well. If I go to Firebase storage and rules here, this has different rules than the other ones. Let's ask Gemini to upload the rules. Let's upload the rules for Firebase to cloud. Okay, because I don't want to know what commands I should follow, so I'm asking Firebase to do it nicely for me. Okay, so now it says Firebase deploy only storage Firestore. So we're gonna run this. That's something I really like about the pro code mode, that I don't have to run it myself. But let's see. Hey Patrick, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. How are you? Okay, so now it's asking access to Google Cloud resources. Let's tick that, grant access. I'm gonna quickly choose my account, and I think it should be able to do it now. Okay, so the deployment is done. I've uploaded the rules for Firebase Storage in Firebase Storage Cloud. There was a warning during Firebase rules compilation regarding an incorrect number of arguments to the get function, but the compilation still succeeded. The rules and indexes have been deployed. Okay. Okay, let's see. We're gonna go back to the prototyper mode. So we go here, switch to the prototyper. And I'm sorry you did not see that. So give me one quick second. I will move my stuff to the other side of the place here. Okay. So let's do it like this. So here at the top, you see we have this switch to code. And then when you go there, you can click it back again to switch to prototype. So now we are in the prototype mode, right? So here it says no campaigns, which means something went wrong. So if I reload this, it says no campaigns yet. However, we should have our Firestore database having the campaigns. So something has gone wrong. Let's see if the rules are here. So 8:29 p.m. These are the rules that were set now. And these were the rules that we had before. What is going on here? Okay, this is not good. So let's ask it to fix the Firebase rules. Fix the Firebase Firestore rules. They look a bit weird and too strict. Actually, I'm going to do that in the Pro Code Editor mode so we do it correctly. And we can also deploy them as well. Okay, go to Gemini. And too strict and a bit too specific with conditions. Everyone who is everyone should be able to see campaigns and the items, but adding items etc should be done by authenticated users. Okay, let's end this and see what happens. Patrick says, I'm fine, thanks. Thanks for your videos. No problem, happy to help. Shazib says, Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. And maybe we can move it here. And then we also have which book is for beginner? The book for beginners could be the Angular cookbook. So if you look at this guy right here, this is your book for absolute beginners when it comes to Angular. But it has a lot of things that you could go with. So a lot of stuff going on there. If you want to learn about one of the core things about Angular, which is signals, then I would suggest you to look into this particular thing only, which is the Angular Signals book, which is free for 5 days. So yeah, look into this if you can. Okay, so here we've gotten something, and feel free to scan it, of course. So we've gotten something here in the chat from Gemini. It says Firestore rules is trying to fix something. So let's review the changes. So this is what it would do. Allow get list if true. Anyone can read the campaigns. Allow list if signed in, etc., etc. And then creating is only for signed in. Good. So I'm going to update the file. And then we are going to deploy as well, okay? Okay, let's deploy the rules. Now I'm just saying deploy the rules. It would be interesting to see which rules it does it, right? And here you can see only Firestore rules. So Gemini understands that we are only talking about Firestore because only Firestore changes have been done. We have storage, we have other things as well, but it's just the Firestore rules that we are actually working with right now. Good stuff. Let's see if I can log in here as well. Auth pop-up block. Yeah, the pop-up thing here is a bit of a problem. But if I open it in a new window, I think that kind of makes it work, if I'm not wrong. Let's see. Okay, so here, if I sign in with Google, I see this opened. I should be able to see my campaigns as well, hopefully. Yeah, this was a problem with the last time we checked it as well. I don't know if we should start with a fresh project with this, but or not, but maybe not. But I'm going to share this with the Firebase team at least so they can look into it. But here now I can see my projects. Previously I was not able to see those. Now I can. So at least the Firebase store rules or file store rules have been fixed. Now let's try about a new item. I go here. I say this guy, and nothing happened. I would have to zoom out a bit. I would have to then go ahead and go in, add a new item, click upload, and we still have that issue. Is that still 500 internal server error? Yes, it is. Why does it say so? Please check the payload for response. The payload just says storage unknown. Could it be because we are trying to? Okay, let's see one thing really quick. I'm gonna have to see one thing real quick. Maybe it could be that it's trying to add something at a place where it doesn't exist. Maybe it could be. Let's see. Okay, so we got this request. Here it's campaign, and we did a post here, and we got a 500. So if I go to the network tab here, this is the URL. So Firebase Studio campaign slash this, and then we got a 500 error on this particular API route. Let's have a look at the code. So I'm gonna go to the pro code mode, and we're gonna go to sources, source, app, API, campaigns. It seems like we don't really have an endpoint for that at the moment. So why does it give a 500 in that case? Wait a second. So let's talk about campaigns, and then this is a campaign, right? So we go here. Let's have a look at the code itself. So when we upload something, no image. So we have campaign image, blah blah blah. Then we have the campaign image right here. But that's a campaign image. We don't want the campaign image. We want an item here. So where is the code for that? Components, add item dialog. So this is the one that should do it. Then it takes the images, handle image upload. So here it is. So it goes here and then says upload image. Upload image is here. So upload image looks like this, which is in the Firebase actions. Then it goes to lib Firebase actions, and in here upload image is here. So this is the file path: images slash user id slash date now file name, and then it takes a reference to the storage, and then it takes the file path, and then it does upload byte with this, and then the file itself, and then gets the download URL, etc. Okay, interesting. Hmm. Okay, where does the storage come in? So this is the storage, and the storage comes from config. If I go to config, get storage is here. Storage bucket is Giftaway app spot. I'm not really sure if this is correct. Let's see. If I come to the storage itself, this is Firestore. If I go to storage, so this is a bit different than this one. this is the bucket name, which is a bit different than what we have here. I think that could be the case. I think that could be the case. So we have an issue with the bucket name. The last time we uploaded or tried something was June 28 here, object count. But how did the object come in here when we could not upload them? So there are no uploaded items there, at least. Let's see if we can find the same thing somewhere else. So if I go here, okay, so the config ts has the appspot.com, but if I go here, get started for free, let's see. So we got Giftaway, and we already have the storage, right? So this is the one that we should have, I think, instead of the one that we have. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to quickly go here and I'm going to change this thing to this Firebase storage.app. Okay, let's quickly save this. Then we go to our prototyper. Mohammed Ibrahim says, learning Angular right now from your 90 minutes crash course. I'm loving it so far. Thank you. Thank you. Master Avi says, thanks, bro. Dred's parent says, what is the idea of the project? The idea is that I have a lot of things in my storage and I want to give them away, but I want to share a link with the people in my community, and I can share it with them, and then they can come back to me and say, okay, I want this particular part, I want this particular item, and then they can claim it, so to say. So that's what I wanted. So here, if I go to manage campaign now, let's see if I'm able to upload the image at the moment. But what I don't understand is that it should not be uploading the image right now. It should just show a preview of the image. It just uploads even without me creating that. That's a bit weird to me. But let's see. Okay, cannot upload the image again. So I'm going to try this once more. Let's see. Console. Click to upload. Does it even not throw the error anymore? Okay, I'm going to reload this. Network tab gone. Add a new item. Click to upload. Upload the image. Let's see what this says now. So here it says Firebase storage user does not have the permission to access this. Okay, this is progress. A different error is progress. So this is good. So image is this, copy image, unauthorized. Good. Okay, so now we see what are the rules that we have set. So this image should be it should be possible to access this image when writing to it. And if we look at the message here, I'm going to actually share this with the prototyper to see if it can fixes it. But this is progress, okay? So we go here. Master V says master accessing mastering Angular signals how to access this book for free. This is the QR code, brother. Just go ahead and scan it, and you should be able to get it. You should be able to see the link for free. This will probably take you to the newsletter. You just sign up there, and then you should be able to get the link as well. So do that. Okay, so got this error even though I am logged in and authenticated. Check the rules maybe. Rules maybe and update them. I will then deploy those rules. Okay, so we do it like this. In the meantime, I'm going to share the link again. Alhamdulillah. Master Ravi says, okay, okay, good. Okay, let's have a look. There we go. So now we have, of course, da, 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 da. Okay. So what changes did it do? Firebase config added something. Firebase storage.app, good. Then we have Firestore rules that got changed a bit. Anyone can read items. Only authorized users can create requests. Okay. I have no clue why we had such a complex rule there. Storage rules. User ID, file name, allowed to read. Allow public read access to all the images. Okay. So all of things could be read, but allow write is just when authenticated. Okay, it kind of makes sense. So I'm gonna now go and deploy these changes. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go. It would be nice to show it this like a loader. It's like just like a placeholder at the moment, so it doesn't show if it's gonna be loading something or not. But okay, let's deploy Firestore and storage rules. Let's do that. Everyone who's watching, make sure to leave a like to this particular stream. That really helps the message to go far as well, if you have not done that already. Okay, something's happening. So the rules have been deployed. Okay, good. Let's try this out. I'm going to switch to prototyper again. Manage campaign. Let's have a look at the rules again of storage. I think they should be up to date now. That doesn't seem like they are still updated. If I go to Firestore database and go to rules 834, that is a while ago. Storage. Did they get deployed or no? It seemed like that was successful. Okay, yes, I think this is done. Yes. Okay, so I go there, I try to create a new item, and this was storage, right? Okay. Then I go there, then I upload this, could not upload, and then we try again. Why did it not upload correctly? Access to the internal resource at this. So this is trying to get from origin manifestation. No, that's not the one. That's not the one. We try this again. No, I think we'll try with another image. Okay, let's see what error do we get now. Firebase storage. User does not have permission to access this. Storage unauthorized. I think it could be that our storage rules did not go. Rules. I think this auth ID should be, so read should be okay. Let's talk about create. No, but I think this should be good. So we do have Giftaway, Firebase storage or app. I think that's what we saw in the rules as well. It could be that the changes are taking a bit more time. Let's see if I try to do this again. No. User does not have the permission. Could it be that I'm not really logged in the correct way? Let's see. Army says how to get your book. Scan the code. Scan the code. Okay. So let's try to do this a bit faster now. So network, we go here. Uh, Payload, binary, response, no response. How's that? Did I do it too fast? Let's see if I select this guy. So this one, but you do get a 500. And why don't we get this correctly? Let's see. So the storage does not have any images still. Hmm. Okay, let's try this. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to say we have Firebase storage, then we have bucket slash o. Um, and then we have images. Are we using anything? Okay, let's have a look. So here we have Firestore database. We have storage. Uh, 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 uh. Ideally, this should not be a problem. The rules that we had even before seems to be a bit weird. Okay, let's have a look at that. Master says, I think only Kindle Unlimited can read it for 5 days. I don't think so. I think you can, once you download the book, you should be able to just read it forever. Looks like not applying this new settings. Yeah, I think so too, but I'm not 100% sure. This one is supposed to be my link. Let's see. So if I put this here and then this is exactly the storage bucket that we should have. And this should yeah, the login thing here is a bit weird. At least on the pro code mode. So how do we go about this? The storage should be okay here. The rules. Let's have a look at the rules. So this is the rule set that we have. This is the Firestore rule set that we have. Mm, hmm. I'm thinking still. Okay, let's try this. If I go to the site here on the app, and if I try to log in, it takes a lot of time. Pop close by user. Okay, let's try this. When running this on a new tab, I keep getting for when logging or trying to log in. Trying to log in. It takes a lot of time for the pop-up to render, and then it just closes. Let's see. I'm looking at the messages now. What are you saying? How to download your book, how to get your book with the QR code that you scanned already. I think the only Kindle Unlimited, I answered that as well. Looks like the changes are not apply settings. We are sorry, mastering Angular signals cannot be purchased via shopping cart. Click here to return to the product detail page. Which market are you looking at? Ghazanfar. Is it in Pakistan or what? This edition of the title is not available for purchase in your country. Choose an available edition from the options above. So I don't think it's going to be available in PK. You might have to use or change your country or something. कैसे भाई मैं एंगुलर सीख रहा हूँ लेकिन मुझे लॉजिक बनाना नहीं आ रही लेकिन चैट जीपीटी से कर लेता हूँ सारे टास्क रिकमेंड सो द क्वेश्चन इज the person is learning Angular but he does not know how to make logic and can do the work from ChatGPT. तो द आंसर इन उर्दू एसेंशियली इज के लॉजिक बनाना कोई चीज़ नहीं होती, यू जस्ट प्रैक्टिस। आप प्रैक्टिस करोगे यूल गेट इनटू इश्यूज, आप इश्यूज को फिक्स करोगे, उससे आपको एक्सपीरियंस मिलेगा। कोई भी मोमेंट डेवलपर की लाइफ में ऐसा नहीं आता वेयर यू जब आपको अचानक से जो है ना आपका दिमाग इतना खुल जाए कि हर नए आने वाले मसले को आप हल कर सकें, ऐसा कभी भी नहीं होता। तो हर न्यू इशू में या प्रॉब्लम में आपको टाइम लगेगा। तो स्टॉप एक्सपेक्टिंग कि आप का ज़हन ऐसा हो जाएगा, कभी आपकी लॉजिक इतनी नहीं अच्छी हो जाएगी कि कभी मसले में फँसेंगे नहीं। तो आप चैट जीपीटी से फॉलो करो या फिर गूगल से, इट डज़न्ट रियली मैटर। प्रोसेस हमेशा यही रहता है। To answer in English, there's no such thing as building logic or becoming or your brain becoming something that it can solve issues the first time, or it can solve unknown issues for the very first time. It doesn't happen like that. You always have to practice. You always have to get into issue. You have to fix that issue, and then you learn from that. That's called experience. And then when you face the same thing next time or something similar next time, that's when you can do it faster. That's when you usually don't have to Google, or that's when you usually don't have to ask ChatGPT because you have done it so many times. That's how you become better at something. But every new problem that you're going to face, you're going to have to Google. You're going to have to go to ChatGPT. That's how it works, even with like a decade of experience. Okay, so here, pop-up blockers, third-party cookies, network issues, blah, blah, blah. Mm. Okay, so it's saying that it could be pop-up issues. We are running that actually is in an iframe. We are actually running this in an iframe for now. And that has to be like it because of dev mode. I'll ask, can we use an alternate way of signing in with Firebase? Still using the Google Auth? Let's see what it says. So I hope that answers the question. And let's see the book as well. Okay, here we have so that's what I thought. Instead of using sign in with pop-up, I could use sign in with redirect instead. And I think that should work. Yeah, so instead of using sign in with pop-up, we could use sign in with redirect. So instead of using sign in with pop-up, we could use sign in with redirect. Okay, so we'll say let's use sign in with redirect. So we're gonna fix that and see how that goes. Okay, so let's quickly update the file. There we go. Remember to add the redirect URL to application to unauthorized to the authorized redirect domains in your Firebase project. Okay, good. Let's see if I can make it work. So I think we would still have to add the sign in URL. Let's see. Auth pop-up blocked. Is it still going to use the sign in with the redirect but add the pop-up in there? Let's see. Let's see if I can refresh. Reload this. Hello, hello. Where's the page? Missing a catch or finally after try. Okay, so we have a try here. We don't have a catch. Really good. Gemini, please fix that. So here we have the catch now. We can review the changes. So the catch is supposed to be here. Then we have an error here, cannot find name React, but I think that's not a problem. Okay, update. So it updated. Let's see now if it works. Hey, now we can see the page. Now we click sign in with Google. Hey, let's see. It goes and comes back with logging in. Yay! Now we can work within the pro code mode as well, which is way better than before. And then we can zoom out a bit. And let's try this with the manage campaign. Hopefully, this fixes the issue. If it does not, then we are still going to look at the rules and we'll follow the suggestion from Patrick to try without permission. We're just going to say, okay, allow everything completely. So we go down and we try to see the network logs and we'll see if we still get the same error here as well. So we're going to choose a different image, click to upload, failed. Now, if I go here, this is the call. And in here, we still don't get any response. It just fails. Okay, so let's try this thing. We're going to say rules are here as well. This is storage rules. So we're going to just go ahead and we are going to say allow read and allow write. So we go here and we say allow read and we say allow write. We can maybe have just this if request auth is not equals to null. I think if we just do that, maybe okay, but let's go with like the basic thing. Allow read, allow write. Okay. Now we can go ahead and say let's deploy Firebase storage rules. So we are going to deploy the Firebase storage rules now. Ibrahim says it's so amazing to be with your mind and watch how you think. Yeah, it's just like basic debugging, but yes, it comes with a bit of experience. So I've done this a few times now to work a bit faster. So here it says deploy complete. Good, good, good. Now I can go ahead and check the rules. So this is the fire store. Now let's go to storage and let's go to rules. And the rules are now updated, right? So now let's try this again. So I'm going to go to web, click upload and try a new image. Let's say this one. Could not upload it again. I don't know. It could be that we messed up with something that was working before, because previously we at least got a message back. Now we don't even get that back. So, or previously we at least got a response back. So see, now we don't even get a response back. We sent the binary message to this particular endpoint, but now we don't even get the response back as well. Okay, let's see if I can preview, no preview, config, a bunch of requests, but nothing related to what we have here. Okay, so maybe I can still say it's going to be a bit hard. Let's see actions. So we got here config, then we have Giftaway, storage bucket is this Firebase storage app. If I go with actions then and look at the storage itself, So we got images, user ID, date now, and then all of this, right? The Firebase actions that we are doing right now, um, which calls this upload image, which function calls this? This is the one that calls it. Um, upload image here is being imported from here, from the library. Okay. Then we call it here, and then we set the value of images to the images. And this basically fails for us. Then it takes this particular URL and sends it like this. And then it goes to upload bytes, which is in Firebase. Okay. Mm. Hmm. I'm thinking what it could be. Okay, let's try this. Okay, I thought it would give me some intelligence. File. Now it's giving me some intelligence. So we got file path. We're gonna have console.log. Let's save this. Let's see if I can make this work. And we'll also see the console here as well. So we add an item, click to upload, select an image, and the upload failed. Where are my console logs? Where are my console logs? Do we have that here? No. Do, 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 do. Maybe it's not even going here as well. Okay, let's have a look. Console.log. We go here and we are going to go and console.log v files, and then we do what we were doing there. So let's see. And this is the add item dialog. I don't think anything else has this. Do we think we're going to be able to fix that, or is something missing there? Okay, let's see first if you can see all of this here. So if I clear this now, add a new item, click on image. Okay, so we see file name, handle image upload. File name was here. Then we got all of these things, last modified, blah, blah, blah. Then it goes inside upload image. And then in here, we should have had a file path as well, which we did not get. Why did we not get that? So it quickly tries to upload this, or maybe the actions file is not up to date. Let's see if I can fix that as well. Patrick says, and now comes the debugger in the scene. Exactly. That's why you cannot do vibe coding completely. Exactly. Let's see. So the file changes should be there. I assume so. Let's see if we can do this again and see if that works. So if I open this file, okay, so we see file, but we don't ever see the other thing, which is a bit weird. Patrick says, I try my small app locally or directly on the test app URL. I don't know how works this web tab. I don't know either then. Okay, so we get the file here and then we go with upload here, right? Maybe we don't have the user here. It could be. Let's try to do this here, right? We're gonna say, let's say user, and then we also have file here. Okay, so refresh, building. We're gonna try one more time. So this time we go with this image. So we do have a user here, which should have a UID. Okay, so we do have things in the right place, but then when it goes to this guy, console.log, we go with file user ID, and we also say in upload image. So we save this guy, and let's see. It could be, or maybe GPT or Claude helps better than Gemini. Could be. But let's have a look at why this doesn't work out of the box. It's funny, it doesn't even go in this folder at all. It doesn't work. But this is a server action, right? So use server. So this is supposed to run this on the server. Okay, so then I'll not see any logs because this is running on the server. My bad. But then how can I debug what's happening here? I think this is one of the feedbacks that I could give it to them, because now the problem is, okay, to access the backend servers from web frontends, use the map URL below. Okay, then I can try that. So this one is running, let's see. So that is Firebase Simulator. This one is Firebase Studio Cloud Workstation.dev. This just says okay. Okay, then the backend that we are sending the request to, which port is that running? Let's see. This one was sent, right? No? So this is sent to 9000. Okay. And we have 9099. We have 9150. What are these? Okay. So here we have Firebase Studio troubleshooting. Let's see. How can I set up my backend server, my workstation? My can come in? You can temporarily publicly open TCP port your backend server to make it easier to develop your front and backend separately across different workspaces. Start your backend API server either manually in the terminal or as part of your dev.nix files preview configuration or start lifecycle. Click the Firebase Studio. Okay, so then what we can do is we can go to Firebase Studio, and there should be a Nix file somewhere. Here we have it. And let's see. Startup Firebase emulators. The emulators will only start if Firebase JSON is written into the user directory. That's fine. But project ID is demo app, auth, and Firestore. Hmm. 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 So here we are essentially running npm run dev. Okay. Okay. Let's say if I comment this out, web. I'm gonna change this and then rebuild the environment. Let's see what happens. Because at this point we are saying not gonna run the project on itself, but we are going to run it with this. Customizing the workspace is there as well. Click the copy, da 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 da. Okay. Mm-hmm. Web command npm run start, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, I want to see what happens with this one. There should be a preview, but we should not have. I don't know. Let's see. So if I run da, 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 npm run dev port. Okay, so we don't have a preview now. Okay, as you see, we have port, host name. Is it paused? Okay, port, port, host name 0.0.0.0, and let's see what happens. It says argument host name is invalid. Am I missing something? Next dev turbo back port this. Aha, okay. Hostname is not a non-negative number. I think it should be maybe in the quotations. Okay, then I don't share hostname. Let's see what happens. P port argument is missing. What? Port. Wait a second. Port. So localhost 9003 is actually working. Let's see if I can check it out in Firebase Studio. Backend ports. And this one is running on 9003. If I go there, do I have my app running there? Patrick says, now I'm lost. I will put debugger at click image function. No, I think since what I'm doing is, since Firebase Studio runs the backend behind the scenes, I can't really access that or see the console for some reason, right? So what I did that I went to DevNix, I removed them running it and showing the preview, and I'm running this myself. Now I will see the logs. So since I'm running the command myself in terminal, I can open it via the port, and now if we run everything, it's gonna show us the logs as well. Oi, now we have an error. Unauthorized domain. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, so then what we do actually is, then we go with 9,000. There we go. Invalid project directory provided. What? Hmm. It automatically provides the turbo pack port. Mhm. If I go with this, actually, let's see. Okay, so it says EDIR is in root in his use. ls of ITCP, I would say 9,000. There's nothing running there. So why does it say? Okay, how about we run the same command ourselves? So next dev turbo pack p. So we do next dev turbo pack p 9,000. Let's see. Ah, it says it's already in use. If I try to go and run 9,000 right here, it's gonna actually go with the app, but that's not gonna show our logs, is it? It's not gonna do it. Hmm. Now the problem I'm trying to avoid is the problem I'm trying to avoid is to have to whitelist 9003. But okay, let's do that. Let's do that. I'm gonna go to Firebase authentication and then whitelist it. So let's go to authentication. We go to settings. We go to authorized domains, and then we basically go to this 9003. And then we also put this here into the domains. There we go. Okay. Now it should be good. And you see this working, right? Hopefully. Hey, no. What's happening? Why are you redirecting back without being logged in? Is it because of the redirect logic that we have an issue with? What's happening? Okay, so it took me to log in. Then we go and we sign in with Google. Then it redirects us back to login. What on earth is happening here? What? Okay, let's ask it. Logging in right now redirects back to the login page. Ghazanfar says, don't have other address other than PK. Tried using VPN, but it's asking address details and phone number. Please provide alternate for your hometown people, or this offer is not for them. Yeah, I don't know. I can't do anything apart from this, to be honest. The other way is to share PDF, which I cannot do because it violates, yeah, the contracts there. So we are not going to do that. What you can do is, if someone is coming to Pakistan, you can ask them to buy the book and then bring it to you. That's one of the things that you could do. But apart from that, I don't think there's anything more. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Let's see what happens here. Hmm. No, I think now we're going into a rabbit hole, which we cannot get out of. Okay, let's do it like this. I think this particular thing that we have could be an issue with the port itself. Okay, I'm going to uncomment this, save this. I'm going to rebuild the environment to see the preview and see if it works. And then I'm going to take a break. Customizing here. Let's see. What do we see about debugging? Hmm. Hmm. Open VSX. What is this? Okay. But the thing is, okay. Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look. So we have this working here, but we should have, I don't know. I think apart from the consoles that we see here on web console, we should also be able to look at the logs that are running on the back end, which I haven't found a way of doing yet. Okay, but I can maybe ask them later, like what's happening. 4,000. I think the port should still be this, but it's not 9,000. I think it's 6,000 if I remember correctly. So if I go, no, it's now 9,000, not 6,000. But I really want to look at the console logs from the server. Otherwise, I can't really look at the logs here. Okay, let's have a look at one thing. So we have this guy right here, right? Let's put a try catch there, and then we can see what's happening. So we have try, and then what we do is we put everything in here, and then we have a catch, and in here we can get the error, and then we can maybe I don't know. We can do console error and throw error, but I don't think that's going to help anything at all. We're going to be able to still, maybe we can return the error. We can say return error. Um, or we can return an error in a string, so to say. Error occurred. Something like this. Let's see what happens. So we save this, we reload. Then we open the inspector, go to console. And then we go to manage campaign. I think I'm going to be happy once I at least see a log or something that helps understand what's wrong in this case. So let's have a look. So if I go to add new item, click upload, click this, and now we got a log. Good. So it's the same thing now. We are at least getting an error which says failed to connect, invalid URL. That's a different thing, I think. Then we have, but that's a different thing. We still should get back the URL, and here it says failed to parse, does not have permissions to this. Hmm. But why does the user not have access to to that? Because we set in our storage rules that the rules should say that it should be allowed. Let's see if I can ask Gemini to fix it. And one more thing that I can do here is once we have the link back, when we are setting set values, etc., I want to have a console.log of the URL that came in. And here I can say caught the URL, and then we say URL. Let's save this now. Okay. So let's quickly refresh. We try the same thing, adding a new item and uploading an image. Okay. So now in here, we should have got the URL, and here it says, yeah, Firebase error occurred. Now we can ask Gemini to fix it. You're getting this error. Can you put the most lenient rules for the storage to avoid this issue? Or is it something else that's wrong with the Firebase storage? And we can also confirm that the storage bucket is this. So here we can say the storage bucket is this. Let's see what it says. Patrick says maybe a bad match. Yeah, it could be. And this says something. I don't know what that means. So I'm going to remove that. And to block list in the restream chat. Okay, so let's see. here it says, it seems the current storage rules are already set to allow both read and write. Therefore, the storage unauthorized is likely not due to the storage rules. Here are a few possibilities. Okay. Incorrect bucket name. Double check that the bucket name is specified in your code is this. Let's see. It is actually the same thing. Okay. Authentication issue. Even with lenient rules, Firebase storage operations are typically associated with the user context. Path mismatch. Hmm. Hmm. Let me try to see if the configuration is an issue. So I'm going to go to project settings and I'm going to try looking at the settings itself. So give me 1 second. Let's see if I can find the settings to copy paste. It looks like the settings are actually correct, which I've already put in the code. Yeah, without the GS. I've put that correctly in the code as well. But I think it could be it could be because we are using server actions, and server actions also have to initialize the application, which they are probably not, right? That could be the case, or no? I think that's actually probably the issue. No, no, no. They are actually referring to the config object, the config file, which essentially should initiate the application. Hmm. No, I think the Firebase thing is actually correct, but let's see. Let's see. But that would have been an easy fix if that was the issue. But let's see. If I add a new item, go there, pick something like this. So user does not have permission to access images. This angular gradient PNG. Mhm. But does that mean we have uploaded it correctly? Let's have a look. No, the files have not been uploaded at all. Hmm. We do have the storage, and the storage has to have config properly set in. I'm wondering what could be the case. Okay, what I'm going to also do is try to see if it can let's see. I want to try to find the error as well. Let's see if I can find it. Hmm. Even with the new rules, emulators, my cloud storage rules, particularly this, and this was 2022. Nope. Okay. Read write if false. Okay, so no written, but user ID if true, request not. Okay. Okay, let's see one thing. Let's see if we go to the rules and we show it to be this. So B bucket O allow read and write. Let's see. Another image type. Could be. Let's see if the rules or changing the rules fixes it. If I add a new item now, no. So user does not have permission to access images. This. Copy PNG storage, unauthorized or on next image. I'm trying to think if I'm missing something major here. Victor says, I'm happy that I'm not only the one with hundreds of tabs. Yes. And this is just one of my windows. Is images created? Not really, but here now we say all paths. We could create an images folder, actually. That's not a bad idea. But I think even if the folder is not there, usually it should create it, right? Or that's at least my assumption, that it should create the folder even if it's not there. So I don't know. Oi, you are actually right. Oh, can we get a win for Patrick? I don't know if it was you or if it was the rule that got applied, but it seems like that was the key. Good. So now if I go to images, we have the folder and then we have the image. Hey. So let's now try to delete the folder. We're going to do that. So we deleted to see if it was the folder itself. That's really stupid. Because saying it doesn't have access or the user doesn't have permissions versus there's no folder there are two different things. Let's see. Oh no, so we deleted the folder and it created it. So that means that it was the rules that fixes it. So this time if I go to the folder and if I reload it, it creates the folder. So it was not just the folder, it's probably the rules that we fixed it. So this works. If I change it to this thing, then it won't work. So if I publish this just to check it out, I'm going to copy this. Then it would not work. So let's try this out again. I'm going to reload. Let the rules settle a bit. Add new item. Try to upload. Hopefully the rules are updated now. Yeah. So here we have the problem. So in this particular case, if we don't have the rules correctly, then it doesn't work. So we go back, we set the rules with all paths asterisk, and then we say allow read and write, then it should work. So let's say we reload this guy. Let's say we go to add new item, and now we upload Angular. Okay, still maybe rules not applied. Let's see. Add new item, upload, fail to construct the URL. Did it change anything? No. Let's wait for a while. These changes should be published now. And let's try now. That's not good. We've detected an error. Let's see. Let's see. I hope it did not change anything further in the code. Hopefully not. So we got the rules, which were exactly this. Then if we look at the files, we don't have any files here, or we do have file here. So we first go ahead and we delete the file. And then we delete. Okay, so the folder also got deleted. Good. Now we manage campaign. Add new item. Upload the image. Now it gets uploaded. I want to try this in the prototyper as well. And I also want to see what happens if we upload with the same image or not. So if I go with the same image, okay, so it still gets updated because of the time, date time thing. So if I refresh now, we do have the images, and we do have 2 images right now. So we delete all of them, and let's try to have an image created as well. Let's go ahead with AI Studio. So we're gonna go to generate media. Let's try image in, and we'll say a product image of a large mouse pad, so to say. And we are using Imagen 4. Okay, so we got this guy. Let's download it, save it. We go to here. Oh, we have no way of changing it, or can we? Could not upload the image. Why? Why is that? Okay, so we don't have any image there yet. Let's see if I try to add a new item. We probably also have to fix this issue where we are not able to delete an image, or we should just show a preview and then upload at the end. So if I upload this image, okay, it can't do it. Is it because of size or what? Let's see. So I'm gonna reload. It could be because of the size. Add new item, go here, upload the image. Okay, so we got a 400 bat request here. If I go to network and we go here, why don't we see an error? Or the details of the message here. I don't know why. Anyways, if I try a different image, then that should work. Yeah, that one works. So it could be the format that's not allowed, as I don't know if it's the format, if it's something else. Not really sure. But let's change one thing. We'll say only show the preview of the image, and we're going to say don't upload the image. Don't upload the image until the item is being added, so to say, right? So let's fix that, and I think that's going to be the last thing that we do today. I will have to fix a few things here and there, especially for the talk I have to give in a few days. So I'm going to have to drop. But before wrapping up, make sure to scan the free copy of Mastering Angular Signals. We have had 160 scans so far. So I hope people enjoy the book while they can. It could be that 1 megabyte image is too big. You're right. Could be. Okay, let's have a look at the downloaded file. How was it? Like lists. So it's 1.4 megabytes. It could be that that's the reason. Yep. Okay, so uploading files should only only happen when submitting. Okay, so this has been done. So now we go here. Now we say a very okay. But can we ask Gemini to give us a smaller image? Um, the max size of the file 500 KB. Let's see if it takes care of it. Okay, if we download it as image.png, let's see what happens. So it's 928 kilobytes. So still not. Oh, we got 5500 kb here. Okay, let's upload this guy. Okay, so we see the preview right here. Large mouse pad, and then we go ahead and hide the preview here. And the quantity limit 1%, 1, and we then go and say, or actually, let's have a 2 of them, and then we say free. Okay, a very large mouse pad, of course. Add item. Fail to add item. I think this would be related to the image itself. I think. Missing or insufficient permissions. What is going on here? Is it related to the image that I have, or is it related to Firestore? Okay, so we got the image, I think. Yeah, we got the image. But afterwards, I think we did not get the data. So Firestore database. I think the rules here are also very not very lenient. So we got the items. We only have one item. So the item could not be added. Okay, let's have a look. So here, I'm gonna go to the rules. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and ask Gemini to make it a bit nicer. And my eyes already hurt, but I had to change this to look good for Google Docs. Now I can just hide that. These are my Firebase rules. They seem too harsh at the moment. Please simplify and make more lenient without compromising security. Fix this to lenient. Lenient. I cannot ever write that correctly. Okay, time to see. Time to see the output. Let's see. Okay, so here we have databases, database document, allow list true, okay. Okay, let's see if this works at the end. So I'm going to update the rules, publish them. Let's have a look at the campaigns. So if I have item, I can read, but I can create, update, delete if I'm signed in and I'm owner as well. For the databases, data documents, campaign, campaign ID, data, user ID. Let's have a look at if that is what the data contains. The user ID is the key here. So campaigns, campaign ID, and then if I scroll a bit down, the user ID is here. Okay, that kind of makes sense. So let's see if I can create this again. Angular gradient, I'm gonna pick very large mouse pad. Again, quantity is gonna be 2, not 3. And then we just go ahead and we add item. Okay, so we still got the same issue, I think. Missing or insufficient permission. I don't know if the role. Okay. Request.auth.uid is the user ID. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. I would make this one a bit simpler at the moment. Or let's see. Let's actually see. I'm going to go to manage campaign. Add a new item. Very large mouse pad. Add a smaller image, so to say. Increase quantity. Add item. Okay, so what is the error? Permission denied or insufficient permissions. Okay, let's try this again. I think the images are still being uploaded, but we have an issue with the API call itself. So if I hit send, okay, so we got an error here. Let's have a look. I can't see the errors. Oh, I don't like it. 500 internal server error. I don't know if it is related to creating the item only, because the items are not being created for sure. So this is something to do with the rules itself. Hmm. Oh. The items. No, but the items are inside campaign. I thought there was an issue. So we have campaigns, right? Campaigns have these are the campaigns. Then we have items, right? And then we are supposed to be able to add items here. So if we have campaigns and campaign ID, then we could have items and item ID. Everyone can read them, but I'm then gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say allow write if signed in. I'm going to remove this owner thingy for now. Mm, and then let's publish it. I'm going to copy this. And we have to update that via changes as well. So let's wait till update as well. Ibrahim says, let's try to add something without an image. Okay. So very large mouse pad, very large mouse pad. Then we go ahead and we say 2 items and then we add item. Okay. So it says failed still. So the issue is with not with the image, because the images are being actually uploaded, but the document is not being created, because we can see that in the storage, not here. But if we go to the storage, it should still work. Where are my storage? Here. So the storage should still have images. So all the images that we have uploaded so far are right here. But now we should, now that the rules are updated, we should be able to add. So are you ready? Let's go. No. So still the same error. Missing or insufficient permissions. So we look at the cloud store. We have requests coming in. Database documents. I'm going to ask again. So here, what fixed the cloud storage? Okay. Let's simplify Firestore storage rules 2. Let's see what it does. And I'll try this again to see if it was just propagating issues. Nope. Facing the same thing. And it's the same thing. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to go to the storage here. Let's try publishing them. I'm going to publish the changes. And still failed to add items. I'm wondering if any of my code has been changed. So let's see. We do have our domain, storage bucket is okay. Auth domain is okay. Project ID is okay. App ID is okay as well. I think this should be good. But the rules, I don't know if the rules are okay. Okay. Let's make everything readable and writable. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna try with this, and then we are going to go from there to fix rules one by one. Before that, let's try this one more time. Okay, so we got an error. So we go there, we publish this, and let's see. So it will take about 1 minute to propagate the changes. So let's wait for a while. And we have about 166 people who've scanned this. Let me quickly see if how many people have actually downloaded it. Reports. Okay. So about 166, but we have around 64 process orders. Not too bad. I think the others have issues with the country settings, etc. Could be the case. All right, let's see if we can go back to demo. I'm going to quickly add the item. Okay, so now we can add items. Let's try adding another item, and we don't have the possibility of deleting an item, which is a bit weird. So very large mousepad, which is this guy, and then we go here. Then we try to go with image. We add the item, and now we have the item I added, and I think image is coming as well. Good. So yeah, here we have this working, but we need to figure out the rules. I think there's some issue with the rules themselves. Okay. I think the last thing I want to do is add the ability to delete an item as well. This should delete its requests too. Okay. So that's the final thing that we are going to do, and then we can wrap up. And let's quickly have a look at the QR code as well for anyone who missed it. In the meantime, let's see the changes. So we have write batch, in which we are essentially going ahead with deleting an item. We delete the particular item in the campaign. Then we get the requests just like this. And then we batch it. So first, we are trying to delete the item, and then we have the request snapshot that we're getting as well. And then we're deleting those. But do we need to do that really? Because if I go to the Firestore database, if I go ahead and go into the item has requests, right? So if I go to this item, then it has some requests. So if I delete the item, I mean the requests also get deleted. So we don't really need to do anything as such. Let me ask Gemini actually. The requests are sub collection of an item itself. Do we really need to delete requests separately as you are doing in a batch? And I'm stopping it, so there should also be an option to reject the changes or saying no, I don't want to do this, but I don't think that's there. Chandra says, can you stream these sessions in 1080p or higher? I can actually. No, if I do, then I cannot do it in the Restream Studio, or I would have to upgrade my plan, which costs quite a lot. If I do it, then I won't be able to do this actually. Or maybe I can if I use my own software that I created for playing sounds, which could also be used to, yeah, it could also be used to show overlays or show messages on the screen. I don't know. Maybe we could do it. Okay, I'm removing it, but I want Gemini to stop here, which it's not. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I go here, I ask it to do this. Okay, here now it says you're correct since the request is a sub collection of an item. Deleting item in document file server will automatically delete the sub collections. I've corrected delete item function in this actions file. Have you? I don't think so. Um, the function. Do it again. Or maybe I broke it. Okay, so now it's saying it's gonna update it again. Okay, so update the file. Good. Add the ability to delete an item from owner's view in the UI as well. Also, add the ability to delete a request as well. I almost dropped this one. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we got some changes. Okay, so just delete item was added. Update the file. Okay. Then we are going to the item card seller again. And then adding the missing stuff. Delete button. Okay. And then we go to the actions. And then we run this. But we're deleting batch here. And this is going to be, this should be deleted as well. But let's see if Gemini can find it on itself. Cannot find batch, right? Because it made those changes, but the batch here is not fixed. What is this? Delete request. Okay, so it did not figure it out. Let's see. Is it just me who's looking at this and is like, okay, this doesn't work? Let's see. If I go a bit out, I see the delete button, which is right here. The handle delete request, it does nothing. What? Okay, if I go to requests and I have a delete button here, approve, and then this is approved. I can't approve this because I already have an approved one. Okay. If I remove this, then I have a bunch of approved here, but these changes never made it here, which is not cool. Okay, what about if I remove this guy? There's an issue. Okay, so can I ask Gemini to fix the issues? Let's see. There seem to be some issues in several files. Check them out. Like requests, dialog.tsx, and more. After deleting an item, is the image also deleted from the image folder? Good question. I don't think so. That should also be the case. Okay, so it's looking into these files. It seems I missed importing delete request function, blah, blah, blah. Then it says it's fixed it. It seems like it kind of fixed it as well. Delete request. Status variant map. There are some weird things happening here. The issues I mentioned. We got this. Let's see. Okay, so delete the item document. So it does say it's fixing something. Maybe I would have to look at this as well. My apologies. What happened here? What? What did you do? No, don't do that. Do it like this. Okay. I was like, let's delete everything. Okay, let's see. Let's see if it can find on its own where this is. Okay, it could find it. Interesting. Good. That's a bit nicer. On delete item. I think one of the things that it could do is actually going into the file and figuring out what's missing. I have added on delete item prop to the item card set, blah, blah, blah. But it says still we have the same issue. Okay. The issue seems to be fixed. We've got something here. Let's see if it can figure it out. We again almost dropped it. I'm gonna put it on the side. Patrick is like, what is happening? Exactly. So we fixed this guy. This should now resolve the type error. I don't think so, actually. Or maybe. Okay. Okay. No more red files, it seems like. That's good. That's good. Can we check it now? So we should be able to delete something. Delete. Item has been deleted. Hey, let's go. Requests are here. Yay. Test giveaway needs to go. Or Stober maybe. Failed to delete the request. That's not fun. What happened here? Five-star transactions require all read to be executed before all written. Ooh, fancy. Let's try this again. Stober. Okay. Getting this when deleting a request. I see the error. Okay. What are the changes that you're doing? Transaction delete was occurring before transaction get. That's why. Kind of makes sense. Thank you for reporting this. Happy to help. Now I'm going to delete this Stober thingy. So, hey, let's go. Nice vibe. Apologize and move off the code. Exactly. From a different perspective, if there's no code, there's no bug. So I won't blame. But we have the request being removed. Nice. So we got a request removed, but the count did not change. See? Still got this right here. When a request is deleted, the count of requests does not change. It's really, I see my mistake. Let's remove the whole feature. Consider adding a confirmation dialog here. Okay. Thank you. What did you really add to the file? Nothing. You're correct. When I fix the transaction, it seems I miss updating locally in the request count displayed in the item and not being refreshed. I need to trigger a data fetch or a state update in both components. Where did you do that? Just added a comment. Okay, anyways, let's see. So preparing file changes. Okay. What? Show white space differences. Aha, okay, so you formatted it. Okay. The request should now update correctly after deletion. I don't know about that, to be honest. Should I try? Okay, so if I reload this, and if I remove from Danny or test giveaway, no, the request is still 2. Let's try to give this an image. So I had 2 requests. I deleted one. I still see the count as 2 here on the card. So you did not fix it. It's like, I see. While the request list within a dialog is refreshing, the item card itself, which is rendered on the campaign page, is not being updated. And that is because we only fetch data once and we don't do a snapshot, as far as I remember. To fix this, I need to find a way to update the items state in the page TSX when the request is being deleted. Okay, so we have fetch data. What are the changes that you recommended? On request deleted. Okay, so you're passing it to the requests dialog. And then you are on request deleted. Okay. Okay, so you're passing a new prop there. This doesn't make sense, although. Then we have this. Nope, we have unfixed business here. Mm-mm. Let's see. Let's see if we can fix it from the image itself. You're right to point out review changes. What did it do? Hmm? Okay, but what's happening here? Oh, okay. But on deleted is not a okay. It fixed some other issue, which kind of makes sense, but that doesn't fix. Okay, it fixes the issue. No, it doesn't fix the issue, right? Here it says cannot find the name. It's like it's fixed another issue, but that was an issue. Okay, what are the changes that you're doing now? Adding the prop, I am assuming. Yeah, on request deleted. Good, good. Let's see. Okay, that fixes it, I think. So if I now go and I go here and I reload and I go and do view request and delete Danny's request. Nope, that did not fix it. We still have the same thing. Why though? Why do we have this issue? Okay, so let's see. Copy public URL. I'm gonna go here. That's not what I copied or wanted to copy. The clipboard API has been blocked because of a permission policy. Totally makes sense. But then I would have to go out from this page. Hmm. 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 Okay, sign in with Google. Oh, but we had this issue with this. Hmm. Chandra says Gemini be like Rane Bhai. Exactly, looks like this. Okay, but um what are we doing with this? Seems like the redirection logic that we have doesn't let us trigger. So when we go here, it takes us to login, right? So we have the auth guard here. Let's see. So we come here, we go to the auth guard, we check the user, loading is false, and then we just go ahead and push, and then we have the login. When we go there, I think the auth guard gets triggered too soon. I think because we are supposed to be logged in. Hmm. So let's have a look. If I go to authentication, settings, authorized domains, we do have this one, which is 9000. And where do we get the URLs? Hmm. Hmm. I'm thinking. Where do we go to redirect? So we have sign in with redirect. This does a redirect auth. Sign in with Google, auth provider, and that's pretty much it. When it handles the use effect, yeah, these were the issues that we were getting even before as well. But the thing is, when we get the redirect result, then what do? We just await for it. If sign in succeeded, returns a sign in user. If sign in was unsuccessful, this fails with the error. If no redirect operation was called, it returns null. Hmm. If we go with sign in pop up, then it doesn't work at all. So that's also a bit weird. But if I log out here, look at what happens. If I sign in with Google, here it goes to loading. And then what happens? Nothing. Did this happen last time as well? Because I think when we did um okay, so I basically broke everything. Let's see. Uh, 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 uh. So if I go with login, I think the auth context or the auth guard is a bit weird. Okay, so no errors. It's actually just saying I'm loading. Loading and children. Let's see. So if I go to auth context, we go with use auth. We go to use auth. We say page CSX, which we are using it with. Actually, we're using it almost everywhere. But let's go with this one. Mm, 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 mm. So we do have the auth guard that is being here, and then we have seller dashboard content. Okay, let's have a look at this and see if we can fix it somehow. We're gonna go with the 2.5 Pro now. So the login doesn't work when using in an external tab. It keeps redirecting to login. When using in an iframe, it just keeps showing loading. Let's see. Ethereum is asking, bro, what are you doing? I'm working on a Firebase Studio based project to make a gift away application. Okay, so now we are using the Gemini 2.5 Pro. It's in the thinking mode, as you can see. Let's see. Okay, so it found a few problems. It says incorrect this state subscription, and then unnecessary get redirect result, and then conditional rendering of children. Okay. Okay, fix those. Let's see if it can take actions on those. Okay, so it is. And since you just joined Ethereum, maybe you missed this, but we have a free giveaway for my book, which we just released. So make sure to grab a copy before the offer expires. It's going to expire in 5 days from now. Okay. It seems like it. Mhm. It seems like it doesn't really go and fix things. It just says it will fix some things, but not really fix things in Gemini 2.5 Pro. Now it's actually doing it. Right. So here it's redirecting and working with this. Okay, here's what I've changed. The auth state listener is now set up once the component mounts. Okay. Can we check this out now? So if I reload now, Ethereum says, thank you very much. I just scanned, no problem at all. So let's see. Now if I reload this, let's see if that fixes it. I'm going to duplicate it. See if this works. These changes should correctly handle the authentication state. Okay, let's see. Has been a lot of waiting today. Ibrahim says, I think last time we updated the rules. I'm developing NUI for 5M server. I have no clue what that is, but okay. Or revert the last few changes. We could actually do that, but I want to see what happens with these changes that we. Okay, so it's having issue reaching servers. At least that is helpful. Could it be that I broke everything? Let's see. Ethereum says GTA roleplay 5M server and user interface. Interesting. I still have no clue what that means, but okay. I've not played GTA for a while. But anyways, I think we could go on with this for forever. I'm gonna have to stop so I can take some rest and wake up early tomorrow to actually work on some slides for my next talk. But thank you everyone who reached out and whoever scanned and also got the book, and also whoever has become a subscriber to the channel as well. Looking forward to sharing more information on Angular, quite a lot. And again, the this is only valid, the QR code, for 5 days, including today being Saturday. So it's going to be only available till July 5th, and after that it's going to be gone. By the way, do you want to really quickly see what I got from the GDE Summit? I don't know. Ooh, is it because I've mirrored my camera? There you go. Highlight it. No. Let me see if I can pull this up nicely. No problem. And since now it's sleeping time, I want to show you something. That's good enough. Are you ready? Don't know if you see it, but I don't think you see it. Let's see. Oh, it's going to be very tough. Wait a second. It's probably coming. Oh, I have to turn off this light as well. It's going to be tough. Let's see if I can make this work nicely so you can see. Okay. I have something ready. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take you to look a bit up. You see what's going on? I'm going to hold this a bit steady. Ooh. Okay. So that's something that these folks gave to help us sleep, so to say. And I think they realized, like, probably we're doing too much, so we should probably just go to bed and then see this rotating around and then get some sleep. It's a Batman call lamp. Maybe. What happened to my camera? Why is it so bright? This is stupidly bright. Okay, I'm gonna close this. Yeah, it was nice, interesting. We got two of these. Two of these to, but I like this one more, the constellation. Is it a Batman call lamp? I wish. No, it's not. Yeah, we got a bunch of things in the goodie bags, but this was for, what do you call it? This was for my contributions, so to say, that I did for YouTube. So a bunch of tutorials, the crash course, and combined, I got this award, so to say. So it was nice, actually. Maybe I can quickly show you the images before we wrap. Where is it? Reels mousing angle. There's also a video coming as well, hopefully soon. And I hope so that is the so this is what happened. So I got awarded the box, which is somewhere on my shelf. And then we had some discussion panel as well in the GDE Summit, talking about social media, how to grow, what to look into, stuff like that. So it was fun discussing that as well. And we also have the other people as well. So I would highly encourage you to look into these folks as well, especially Mazloom. He's a really really nice guy. I really like him. He's from Paris, so really good information from his as well. And we also have Carlos. We have Tariq. I think Tariq is from Cairo, if I remember correctly, from Egypt. And we also have Eva as well. Yeah, and this is what we got. And this is something from before, so not 100% related. But yeah, that was the course, essentially. Um, Ibrahim says, finally, well done. Really enjoyed this live with you, bro, Hassan. Yeah, likewise. Thank you so much for joining. I hope I'm going to be doing some, uh, I would say, not live streams like this. We'll probably have some more structured live streams going forward, especially with things like AI agents with Angular, and then the Angular topics themselves. I also have some people that I talked to in the summit. As you can see, there were a lot of those people. So maybe some good collaborations coming as well, where we'll have people who will come to the live stream as well. We'll discuss different topics related to AI, Angular. We are also going to build some things as well. I really want to explore Firebase Studio a bit more to see like where the capabilities go, and some of the cool things that I saw with especially with Gemini at the GD Summit. I do want to share those as well. But yeah, hopefully soon. But yeah, Patrick says cool, amazing, yeah, awesome. Ethereum says, bro, how to participate like this? That's a different question, or difficult question, so to say. uh, what I basically did is I did not participate in it. The event that I went to was basically for people like me. So I am part of this group called Google Developers Expert, which you see right here. So this basically is the group in which Google recognizes experts like me, who are expert in their technologies like Google Maps, Firebase, Flutter, Angular, web. So there are many Google technologies that they have categories in, or AI or machine learning. So you don't participate. You first do a lot of contributions in the community, like you create a lot of tutorials, you write a lot of articles, um, you go to a lot of conferences, talk about Google technologies. And once you have okay, so the roadmap, let's talk about the roadmap. So the roadmap of becoming a Google developers expert is that you first become an expert in one of the Google built technologies. So be it Angular, be it AI, be it Flutter, for example. So you have to prove and you have to be an expert in any one of those technologies. You can be in multiple as well, but let's pick one, for example. So let's say you're going with Angular. So you need to become an expert in Angular. And not only become an expert, you also need to show that you're an expert. So how can you show that you are an expert? You try to deliver more knowledge to others. So you write articles about Angular, you create videos on Angular. You can also speak at conferences about Angular. You can also create projects that help others using Angular. So, like Angular dashboard applications, Angular libraries, cool demos with Angular, demos that teach Angular to others. So, in all summary, you have to work on things that show your expertise as an Angular expert. Considering we are talking about Angular as the area, but you have AI, you have other as well. So whatever category you pick, if you can demonstrate you are an expert, then the next step in the roadmap. So the first step in the roadmap is that you become an expert, and then you show those expertise. The second step is that you reach out to someone who is an expert or a Google developers expert around your region. So if you are based in India, then you should find someone in India. If you are in EU or Europe, you find someone in Europe, etc., etc. So you find someone and then you go to them and then you say, okay, I want to be recognized as an expert or a Google developers expert. Am I ready? You can ask them. And then you would have to show your proofs that you are an expert. So you have, let's say, a Google sheet where you have your impact, and Google is all about numbers, as you know. So you would have to show with numbers that you're an expert. So for example, if you wrote an article, how many people saw or read that article? If you created a video, how many people viewed the video? If you went to a conference to speak, how many attendees were there? If you conducted a workshop in Angular, how many people attended that workshop, or how many people you trained one on one? So you have to have those numbers in a Google sheet or somewhere that you can show to any expert, existing expert in your field or in the field that you're targeting in your region. Then, for example, if you come to me, you have to bring a Google sheet with your impact. Then I can look at the sheet and I can say, okay, you're ready. I can nominate you. Or I will say, no, you're not really ready. You don't have enough contributions. You should probably take some more time and then apply next year or apply after 6 months. So with that feedback, once you're ready, or once whoever is nominating you feels that you're ready, then they're going to give you a form or nominate you, and then you get a form from Google, and then you need to fill that form with exactly all the things that show you are an expert. So you basically you pick things from your Google sheet. Let's say if you created a lot of YouTube videos, then you pick every URL, then you add in that form the URL of the YouTube video, how many people you impacted, what was the topic, etc. For every activity that you did in the past 6 months or past year, if I remember correctly. So it's a long process. It took me about 1.5 hours for me to just fill that form. So imagine how many things that you need to do, right? So once you do that, then you have two interviews. One interview is with another Google developers expert, so they usually go through like what's your ambition or different questions as well. It could be technical sometimes as well. And then the final interview is with an actual expert in the domain area. So my final interview was from someone in the Angular team, so someone from the real actual Angular team, and they asked me technical questions to see if I'm really an expert. And once you go through that interview, then you get this recognition that you are a Google developers expert. You are added to the Slack team of the particular product area. You have your own recognition URL on developers.google.com. So I have my own portfolio on developers.google.com. I'm part of the group or their program. I get to travel to different conferences to speak about Google technologies, and Google pays for those trips, etc. Then there are events like these. For example, last week, or not last week, just this week, I had an event in Berlin, in Germany, for being a Google developers expert, and there was an event called GDE Summit, Google Developers Expert Summit, in which GDs from Europe, GDs from South Africa, GDs from even the MENA region or Middle East, they all came. So that particular event is just for us in that regard. So you get all these sort of perks or benefits, so to say. But in this, obviously, Google expects a lot from you in return or from these experts, and one of the biggest thing is that to continue sharing information. So it's not that you become a part of the program and then you start doing these contributions like creating articles, creating videos. It's not that. You already do that, and then you get recognized by Google. So you just get recognized by Google, you just get a badge that okay, you're an expert, but you already should be doing all of these things. And not only that, you also have to continue doing all of these things, because you only get this title or this recognition for a year. So once the year ends, then Google looks at you again and checks if you're still doing contributions or not. If you don't do contributions, then you don't get the title anymore, and the title is revoked, and you're informed that okay, you're not going to have title anymore. So to continue having your title every year, you have to have contributions going on constantly, talking about the topics in conferences, creating articles, creating videos, etc., etc., etc. And I have been recognized for the past 8 years, so I have been an expert for more than 8 years now. And every year my title gets renewed because I do a lot of activities. So once you do so, you get into the program, and if you go sort of what do you call it, above and beyond in certain areas. For example, you do something that is really cool, an amazing contribution, then you also get recognized in the GDE Summit. For example, this was the first time I was recognized for my contributions in a GDE Summit, and I've been in the GDE Summit for 3 times now. So this was the first time I got like a gift. Um, but yeah, this also happens. So I hope that answers the question on what is a Google developers expert, how you become one, what is expected from you, what is the roadmap, etc. So yeah, I hope that helps. Epidium says, okay, from today I will start that, bro. Thanks for sharing, bro. No problem at all. I hope that helps. All right, everyone. So thank you so much, everyone who joined the stream. This has been fun, a long one, I would say. I don't usually do this long, so we'll probably not do that again. But thank you everyone still who joined. We're going to try to have more organized streams going forward. We also, as I mentioned, we are also having a bit of collaborations with other people as well. So we'll try to bring more GDs into the stream. We are also going to have more GD, not more GDs, but more authors writing for the blog or the newsletter that I have. So if you have not subscribed to that, I would say just go ahead and do it right now. You can find the link as shown on the screen. It's called blog.codewithahsan.dev. You go there, you subscribe, you get the emails, you get deals, etc., and whatnot. Having said that, thank you for joining, everyone, and I'm gonna see you next time. Have a happy weekend, and talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.